I'm Riley Enns, and this is my storyboard of the boarded window. I decided to use the scene where Murloc is just awakening from falling asleep at the tableside of his dead wife, and so it's just about the ensuing events that occur with the panther and with his dead wife. So let's go to scene 1. In scene 1, I just have Murloc sitting up at beside the table. He's just kind of waking up from his little stint of sleep, and there's his dead wife lying on the table beside him. His arm is resting on the table side, kind of supporting him, because that's how he fell asleep. So that camera angle is just kind of facing downward towards Murloc, and it's a full shot of Murloc and kind of a half shot of the wife, the dead wife there, because Murloc is supposed to be the main point that is supposed to be viewed there, not the wife, even though she is important. So scene 2, we have kind of what Murloc's view over the wife's body would be, because that's how I would imagine that it would have looked like. So any shading you see, crappy shading, is just supposed to represent darkness, and then you can see the outline of the top of the panther there, which is kind of scary, I guess. But yeah, so that's just how I imagine Murloc would see it, minus he didn't actually see the panther, but as the audience we see it. So yeah, so it's a slight downward angle, I guess, from Murloc's view. The camera, yeah, peering over the table, and the wife's body's in the foreground, kind of blurred out a little bit, probably because it's not, once again, the main viewpoint that we're supposed to see. Okay, on to the third scene. So, in the third scene, it's kind of just an opposite view over the table from maybe the panther's view, I guess you could say, but it's basically just showing Murloc and his scared face, with the squiggly lines are supposed to represent the shaking of the table, because this is where the panther hits the table or something, and the table shakes, and Murloc raises his arms off the table and just kind of like, whoa, what was that? But he doesn't actually say anything because he's too scared, too frightened. So yeah, so it's basically just a straight shot over the wife's body and the table once again, but this time, instead of seeing the panther, you see Murloc, and once again, shading is just the darkness. So on to the fourth scene. So this would just be not an extreme close-up, but a decently close close-up of Murloc's frightened face, just kind of showing that he is realizing something's going on, that he wasn't just staring into the darkness for no reason. There's something within the house with him, not just him and his dead wife. So yeah, so just a straight close-up of his face, no angle, but it would just be his face in the darkness. On to the next scene. Scene 5 is probably my favorite one, just because it gives a bird's eye view of the entire of the scene here, and it shows how close the panther and Murloc truly are. And the panther, being a stealthy creature in the dark, can probably see Murloc, I would imagine, but Murloc, on the other hand, cannot see the panther. He knows something there. He knows something is there, but he is not sure what. So there's just the wife's dead body, kind of shaded out the face a little bit, because once again, not the main point that we're supposed to get, but she's still important to the story. So she's dividing the two of Murloc and the panther. So once again, shading darkness,